Hello, Exiles. This is Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming, and welcome to another Path of Exile video. In today's video, I want to talk about a farming strategy that I actually made a new character to do. Still Frostblades, because I just can't get over Frostblades, but I wanted to do a Magic Find character specifically because of this strategy, and it revolves around the Horned Scarab of Tradition, which makes it so all rare and unique monsters in area have dropped items transformed by a reward modifier. Basically, what this does is, I believe it turns it into all the rare monsters into the old Archnemesis type thing. And if you remember Archnemesis, you would get, big transform piles of loot. What you kind of see from this strategy, it does a couple of things. First of all, it generates a lot of gold. The most common thing that is modified or is transformed is just a big, huge pile of rares. And a lot of those rares will get transformed into gold. It seems like a percentage of loot dropped on the ground is transformed into gold. And as such, you get some pretty big piles of gold. I've gotten on tier 16s. I haven't tried this on tier 17s yet because my Magic Find character is still a little bit scuffed. But if just doing it on tier 16s, you usually get anywhere from 17k. I've gotten as much as 48k gold from a single map, which is pretty good for T16s for a solo strat and for this kind of deal. Currently, the Horned Scarabs of Tradition are going for about 30 to a Divine. And then the other Scarabs I'm using are Horned Scarab of the Nemesis, which was like 41 to a Divine last I checked. And Scarab of Adversaries, which is very cheap. I think you get 80 of these for a Divine currently. And the last one's kind of a flex one. Since I'm doing altar farming, I'm doing Scarab of Divinity. Oh, I'm trying out Scarab of Divinity now. I was actually doing the increased influence pack size one, which is um, this guy right here, Scarab of Hordes, which I just really like this Scarab overall. But right now I'm kind of testing out Scarab of Divinity. I'm not sure if the Pantheon Touched really affects things a lot. It used to be that the Pantheon Touched monsters had the best kind of conversion. I'm not really seeing that as much right now. I think they just randomize the conversion on everything, so I don't think the modifiers themselves make a difference. But yeah, um, basically, you add additional modifiers. They add more quantity and rarity to the monsters. You just get a lot of rare monsters on the map, and that's the whole setup. So, pretty simple concept. I am using a very, generic like map effect, scarabs, influence, and strongbox. Sometimes I will throw like additional strongboxes onto the map using ambush, but for the most part, for this test, I've just been using the increased quantity, just trying to get the quantity as high as possible. You want to run these on 8 mod maps. An ideal one would be something like this, which also has increased number of rare monsters. And the maps that I've mostly been running have been City Square and City Square and and Toxic Sewer. I have a lot of both of those maps currently. Like, been sustaining them basically. My strategy previously was to mostly run Toxic Sewer and then also have a couple of favorites on City Square and Underground Sea and Jungle Valley to get a bunch of them because there's this really nice cross section. I actually really like this. So I'd have like 5 favorite Toxic Sewers and then 2 each of Underground Sea, City Square, and Jungle Valley, and that allowed me to get a lot of those maps, which are all fantastic layouts, and a lot of people like running all of those maps. So it's kind of the perfect section if you want to bounce back and forth between premium maps. So yeah, I'm just gonna run this. This character is still a little scuffed, level 90. I just finished it up yesterday. I started it the day before. So let's go ahead and run this one and see how it goes. Probably run 2 maps. This is a somewhat high variance strategy, but basically what you want to do is you want to just pop right into the middle here, kill the bosses. We did get right away. We did get, I think that rare that spawned there was, oh, and I also made it so Captain Lance was on Pulsatron's podcast, and or was on his show, I guess, on his YouTube channel, and said that it would be more satisfying to make your gold go up. Okay, so yeah, you want quantity. I could have taken the Chaos Orbs. Getting the Chaos is like your first. Getting the percent Chaos drop is kind of nice as your very first altar, but you do want to get as much rarity and quantity as possible if you're doing this. I don't know why. I'm a little slow right now. Let me try to speed things up a little bit. So yeah, you basically want to pick up as much quantity and rarity as possible. And for the most part, other than that, that's going to be the strat. Yeah, okay. It is going to be a little bit of a dangerous, a little bit of a rippy, but once again, I'm just not currently very strong on this character yet. So probably going to see some deaths, but you're also going to see some hopefully nice juicy loot drops. And part of this is I'm just standing in place a lot too. I'm kind of like backed into this little corner here. Get some loot drops. I am going to ignore the league mechanics. I usually don't do any league mechanics I'm not spec'd into. It's not great. But you'll get a good amount of loot doing this just generally, but sometimes you'll get like the really big jackpot loot if you get the nice Archnemesis conversion. Alright, what do we got here? Burning ground. Okay, so we're getting a good amount. So we're, oops, just as a little update here, I'll pull this up. We're at 247 quant, 178 rarity, and 58% pack size. So we're starting to ramp up a little bit, and you'll see that we get like from some of these rares pretty big piles of gold. I have everything over 150 gold kind of dropping with a beam and a sound because of the satisfaction type thing I was mentioning earlier. I do agree. I think farming gold feels a lot better when you have that kind of thing. Normally it would just drop on the ground, and the only thing I had a beam for was like, you know, the big piles over 3,000, I believe. All right, this is gonna start to get really dangerous. I have a lot of business extra for nearby, but that's okay. And I am using frost blades, but I'm not freezing because I am also using Doriani's prototype, which allows me to only do lightning damage. So I'm using frost blades mostly for the mechanics of it. I'm also kind of messing with my damage a little bit in order to get stuff going. But yeah, we're already at 27k gold here for this map. I've got a Diviner's Strongbox. So let's... and nothing. Nothing worth picking up at least. Got plenty of cards, just nothing great. Yeah, and you'll see that all of these rare mobs just give obscene piles of gold. Ooh, I got a Soul Taker. Nice. Oop, I'm gonna die. Nice. No, I think I'm okay. More quant. I think I have so much quant, maybe I just go do the rituals, honestly. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't have enough attack speed to deal with these bubbles. But yeah, I might actually do the rituals because I'm pretty sure I'll still get a good amount of gold from that as well. Wow. Okay. All right. And unfortunately, if we had gotten this bismuth right away, we'd probably get about 50% more gold from this map. We're already at 36k. Whoa, I literally looked at my OBS to check the time and I got hit by one of the meteors. Just gonna throw some of this in here. So yeah, just so we don't fill up. Oops, I accidentally boxed one of the maps I was going to use. I'm not going to use this. I'll just throw it on the ground. All right. So yeah, I think I'll just pop by and do the rituals real quick too while we're at it. Usually... Okay. So that is the map as normal. I normally wouldn't do the rituals, but right now I have so much want, and I might just die doing the rituals too. We'll see. Oop. Maybe not. I think it'll drop. Oh, maybe it doesn't drop much gold. I guess they'll drop more gold each. But yeah, I ended up with 284 quant, 265 rarity, which is pretty nuts. Just kind of see. This is me experimenting currently because I'm pretty sure unless we get one of the conversions on the rare drops, which I'm not even sure that's how that works. Oops. Then we're not going to get... Okay, we got a couple of big piles of gold. Maybe it is worth doing the rituals. I don't know. Or maybe it's worth speccing into ritual for this even. This will be fun because I'm not going to be able to move around a lot. So when I get targeted by a meteor, I'll have to actually look at the ground. It's hard to pay attention. I am using regular molten shell instead of all molten shell. I should definitely have a all molten shell, but I've kind of haphazardly put this together. So lots of optimizing to be doing. Okay. Okay. That is fine. Not great, but that brings me up to a little over 40k gold. You know, I'm not entirely sure how long the map took. I'm not even gonna bother with most of this. Some extra stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much the strategy. I'll do another one real quick just to show you, but there's a little bit of variance. It's going to depend on a lot of things like how many shrines you get and whatnot, but I did accidentally get rid of the other one I had rolled, so I'll have to find that real quick. I don't know if there's a faster way to find this. I'm not doing this one. I think, yeah, I think it was this one here. I'll just throw these in here. Do another one just to kind of show, so I'm back to 0 gold. Pretty reliable. And if you have a faster build or a more like setup build or whatever, you can do this probably pretty quick because this city square is just an incredibly fast map. Okay, this time we got ritual showing up in the center. Kind of cool. So we'll be able to get the bosses. And yeah, I'll just do the ritual as we go. This time. This ritual kind of seemed worth it. I got 5k gold for 3 rituals, which, you know, isn't great for the time spent, but not terrible either. But it does seem like the loot drop from rituals is greatly diminished overall. So then we're going to want to go ahead and got quant, meteor. Could have taken the GCP too. That would have been fine. This one's flash charges. Stupid bubble. There you go. All right, so we already got some good amount of quant going. Just kind of run the circle and clear stuff out. $825 from a single pile of gold there. That's actually oh, bismuth. Okay. So I'm gonna run through all of this before killing it. Oh, got a lightning dot. That could mess me up. Okay. There you go. All right, so now we're going to have a bismuth shrine, which is going to add an additional modifier to rares and magic. So as you can see, there is, yeah, there was a lot. So that gave me a ton of gold, already up to 20k. And oh yeah, I need to pay more attention. If you do pretty much the exact same strategy in tier 17s usually give like 4 times as much gold. So oh, did I throw a portal down here? Or did I pick up an omen that oh, there's soul eaters here. This is gonna be a nightmare. 2 soul eaters. Boy. Yeah. I'm gonna clear them, but wow, yeah, look at those piles of gold. And yeah, sometimes you can get big currency too, which is why getting like the duplicate currency shrines is really nice. Once I get some more levels and invest a little bit more in my gear, this strategy should be even better. Basic currency doubled. We're going to take that. That way, if we get some... So we are going to get this nice Lunaris touched into our ritual, too. I don't know, once again, if that's going to do anything. But you get a ton of fractured items. Like, there's a bunch of other ones that I have filtered out currently. But if you're just looking for fractured items, this works extremely well. So yeah, we'll have the bosses in this ritual. We'll have a Lunaris touched monster, I assume. So it should be decent value if we can finish it. Well, yeah, clearly I have a lot of work to do on this actual character before I can do this reliably. Might just switch to Lightning Strike, might just suck it up and go straight to Lightning Strike, we'll see. But I don't think it'll matter that much. Even the, all of the, even though we're not really pumping up the magic monsters, they're giving just a ton of gold too. So maybe instead of the touched Scarab, you do the 40% increased monster pack size, and that would also probably provide a lot more gold. All right, let's go ahead and try this. Ghosted. Oh boy, this thing will be fun. This ton of mod ghosted essence. Okay. It did drop a lot of loot, just nothing that made it through. And the other reason strong boxes are strong is because, like right there, they can spawn like either exiles, which give a lot of gold, or they can spawn 3 rare monsters, which can give a ton of gold. My current rarity, by the way, with Gold Flask up is 141. Without Gold Flask up, it is 111. I don't know if doing ROG is worthwhile. I think that the rare monsters... I'm just going to take the chisel since we're close to done. May as well get... The meteor killed me again. Man, okay. Just slide over here. A little bit of a rough, rippy strategy. What am I at gold? Okay, I'm gonna pass 50k though. These are really bad for my build. This ring, it will kill me quickly. I do have divine flesh, so I do get some, and yeah, there's no point in getting the quant shrine for what's left. I'm just probably gonna do this ritual. I could do the... What do you got here? Um, Rarity of monsters. Additional map. Okay. You know what? Let's just go ahead and do this. I'm not gonna like pay attention to what I'm doing with it that much, but oh, there was logbooks. That's okay. I'm just gonna do it haphazard, just to see. So you getting to see me experiment a little bit with all of this. Um, I don't know if the rare monsters will be. Oh yeah, I should be hovering over the rare monsters. Where are you? To see if they're affected. Oh, unfortunately, I didn't get any more rare monsters. Oh, okay. So yeah, it looks like we got some uniques from this. Lots of stuff. And a logbook. Okay, cool. And you. And I'll do the ritual. I think this is the last ritual. I need to not stand in those little chaos blossom things and actually watch my HP bar. Something back here. There you go. Okay. Get a little extra gold from this. So let's see what the actual. I don't know. Just take stuff. Get out of here. All right. So 56,000 gold on a tier 16 map. If I got something similar in a tier, I got something similar in a tier 17, a similar setup to that. Oh, and I should check what the actual rarity and quantity did end up. Or if I was more min-maxed and had higher rarity. So 269 quantity, nice, and 211 rarity. So yeah, with a little bit more min-maxing of both my character and also some refinement of the strategy. For instance, I still have more map effect I could be getting. Modifiers. So there's not much, but I have 3 more points I could be getting here just to give me a little bit more there, which would help. And then doing it in tier 17 would definitely yield usually about 4 times as much. So over 200k here. Looks like the map times after my explanations, and if you discount all the deaths, like if you're able to actually, have a character doing this without dying, probably like maybe 6 to 8 minutes per map for well, I guess in those 2 cases it was what, 38k and 56k gold, so probably an average of around and I've gotten a lot lower than that too. I've gotten like 25k, but for the most part, I'd say average at least 35k on average. Pretty solid, and the loot's not bad either. A ton of scarabs. Sometimes you'll get a ton of maps. One of the conversions is maps, so you'll get like maps. You'll get 6 links. You can get scarabs, which is really nice. You can get a boatload of scarabs. You can get like just jewelers and fusings are 2 of the things that can happen. Like I think that's when it happens where you get like a bunch of 6 sockets and all the 6 sockets are converted to jewelers, or all of the, I think 6 links are converted to fusings. You can get, of course, a lot of fractured items. There were probably like a million fractured items on that map. That's one of the most commons. So if you're searching for like high base fractures, this is great. And yeah, I think there's some like really good jackpot stuff. You can just get a ton of currency too, which you can get with like the currency duplication shrines, which is really crazy. So lots of good stuff. I think this strategy has a ton of potential. I think this last Scarab slot is pretty flexible, but let me know if you have any other ideas for this, because I think it's a pretty cool idea. Hopefully the Scarab prices won't spike too much. I doubt they will because I haven't been getting too many views lately, so took a long hiatus and whatnot. But yeah, this has been Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming. Enjoy, and I'll see you next time.